What is up, guys? It's your boy Sick Again Cactus. I got 2 kids and it's wintertime. It's basically over for me. But today, a new weekly reset has just hit Destiny 2. So, what the heck is going on this week? Well, there's something very weird going on. And so, let's get started. Alright. First of all, as for the weirdness, I'm sure some of you guys watching have already picked up on it in the sense that I'm saying, hey, the new weekly reset has just hit the game, and you're going, is this guy a dingus? It's the middle of the afternoon. Well, hence the weirdness. You see, normally, the weekly reset starts at the daily reset, which is at 10 a.m. Pacific. But as you can see right here, we had a massive Destiny 2 downtime. Maintenance is going all the way till projected 3 p.m. Pacific, and they say Destiny 2 may or may not come back online around 2 p.m. Pacific. So again, that is a massive and unusual amount of downtime. Now, with this downtime, we are getting a new patch. Now, what the heck is in it? Well, we did get a little bit of a hint and something else very interesting from Destiny 2 Community Manager DMG. He said the following: patch notes will be deployed when servers start coming back from maintenance. Setting expectations, smaller patch, handful of bug fixes, but then he goes on to say, John Chunk, aka Handheld Supernova, lives another day. Have fun with it. We'll let you know before it's retuned. That's, again, a very interesting ending to that statement. So yeah, it's saying that definitely there will eventually be a nerf to the Handheld Supernova Controverse Hold build. Link to that build right up above, guys, if you want to use that before it does get nerfed. But yeah, it's not getting impacted by this patch, and apparently we're going to receive like warning before it actually does finally get nerfed. So a good chance, if you haven't beaten stuff like the Equilibrium Dungeon, where it is fantastic in, definitely this is your chance. But moving on from there, let's look at what actually came to the game with this weekly reset. But just before we do, I bet you didn't even see me there. Oh, nothing to see here. Whoosh. You know, with moves like that, I could be some kind of assassin, like one of my favorite gaming franchises, Assassin's Creed. Man, when the original game came out, I lived in my basement for a week straight doing nothing but Assassin's Creed. Well, what a coincidence. Assassin's Creed is having a collaboration with another favorite game of mine, Raid Shadow Legends. That's right, the incredible hero collector RPG that I can't stop playing. I play Raid every day. Just got a crossover with one of the most iconic franchises in gaming, Assassin's Creed. In fact, 5 iconic Assassin's Creed characters have come to Raid, including the OG Ezio Auditore. In fact, he is available for everyone for free. Simply log into Raid for 7 days and you will get Ezio as a legendary champion. But there's also Edward Kenway, Kassandra, the first of the new Argonauts faction. More are coming soon. There's Bayek and Basim as well, all of which are available in the game right now. And if you're a brand new player, use one of these codes for another free legendary champion. I would recommend either of these 2 as support characters to help you stay alive, or these 2 as incredible nuker characters to wipe out enemies. But if that's not enough, if you download the game by clicking my link in the description down below, you'll get another free legendary champion, Narma the Returned, and Ruella as a free epic when you hit level 10. That is 3 legendary champions when you start your Raid Shadow Legends account. This might be the best time ever to start playing Raid, guys. So many awesome champions. I love it. Definitely click the link in the description down below. Alright, now after yet another delay, almost 6 hours after reset time, the update finally began rolling out and Destiny 2 went online again. So here are the patch notes for that massive downtime. As you can see right here, they fixed a couple of things in the portal, specifically the derealized Pinnacle Op. After that, we have some raid and dungeon fixes to Garden of Salvation and the Prophecy Dungeon. Then, for weapons, a somewhat important one for the Lament exotic sword. They fixed an issue where the Lament's charged light attacks would not activate sword-based artifact perks. So the Lament is an incredibly powerful sword, now being able to trigger all those seasonal artifact perks a lot more consistently, you know, like not having your charged light attacks, you know, activate them is actually a significant downside. So honestly, might be time to try the Lament in your sword-based builds. After that, for abilities, you have for the Hunter, they fix an issue with Shadow Shot, and then for the Warlock, they fix an issue with Nova Warp, and then for General, the Reward Pass and Timeline Countdown are temporarily turned off and will be updated to June 9th in a later release. So yes, when Bungie announced the massive delay to the Shadow and Order major update, guys, the actual like seasonal pass, the rewards pass, still said it was going to end in a few weeks, so they are updating that in game. And speaking of in-game, what's going on there? Well, after those 6 hours of downtime, I opened up the portal and I saw nothing. Absolutely nothing. No pop-ups, no portal event modifier. And there's also some special items I expected to arrive this week, but they're oddly missing. We'll talk about that at the end of the video. But there actually is something going on. Now guys, this is the second time I'm recording this. I had a whole rant about how this is actually BS. One of the things Bungie told us about the portal is that there's always going to be something going on because you do have these portal event modifiers, and in fairness, Bungie often does. We have special ammo surges, heavy ammo surges, featured foundries, and more, and it will actually alter the way you play. Obviously, you're going to put on your best, most powerful heavy weapons when it's heavy surge, but to have nothing, especially when there's nothing going on in the game, is brutal, and honestly, I still maintain that. However, it's not as bleak as I originally thought this week, because as you can see right here, and the only reason I knew about this is because of this tweet, because there's like no in-game indicators about this. There was no pop-ups for me about this in-game. They should really do that. But we do have a special modifier for the Lawless Frontier. As you can see, the Illicit Battery modifier is active. So when I go over to the Lawless Frontier in-game, as you can see, no matter which node I select, it will have this Illicit Battery, which means my swords have constantly regenerating ammo. And to give you guys an idea of what that actually looks like, I went into a Lawless Frontier activity, and you can see I'm trying to get rid of my ammo, and I literally can't. Illicit Battery triggers often enough to completely refill my ammo. I have infinite sword ammo. Now, this was available once before, like in a previous week, I believe like over a month ago, and hey, if you are still going after certain things in the Lawless Frontier, you're still trying to get, you know, the God Roll blasters, I mean, this is fantastic for farming the Lawless Frontier. Put on your Praxic Blade, put on another super powerful sword, and just go to town. You will never have to worry about ammo, and that means, honestly, you should try to pair your Praxic Blade with a second super powerful special weapon like a Rocket Pulse. So again, good week for farming the Lawless Frontier. However, I do still think there should be something in the portal. There's no reason that there should not be something going on in the portal. Like, how hard is it to enable a portal event modifier for those people still playing the game who maybe haven't purchased the Renegades expansion? There's not many of us left playing Destiny 2 here, Bungie. You should be throwing us a bone every single week. That's my opinion. But moving on from there, as for what's available this week for Bright Dust and Eververse, you can see me going over everything in the background gameplay. So I'm just gonna play that sped up a little bit. So if anything catches your eye, if you see a shader or an emote or something you want to pick up this week, definitely get on it. Next up, we have the Vanguard Arsenal weapon available at Zavala this week, and it's the Dutybound auto rifle. So, in terms of the most popular roles, according to light.gg, here are the top 8. And now, let's take a look at what he's actually offering. So, in terms of the very first one, honestly, nothing too insane, except for Enlightened Action in the left, but unfortunately nothing super amazing to pair it with. You could go Zen plus Dynamic Sway for a super accurate weapon. Then as for the second role, 4th times the charm is pretty decent, but that's about it. Now you could pair it with Onslaught and All-Star in the right are both pretty good. Then for the third option, we do actually have Zen Moment, once again, one of the better perks. Bewildering Burst is actually not bad. Then you have Onslaught and Rampage, and you also have All-Star. All 3 of those right column damage increasing perks are great. So to have them all here on one roll is pretty good. Then for the fourth one over, we have Bewildering Burst in the left, but that is kind of it for good perks. In the right, you do have Rampage and All-Star, however. And then finally, for the fifth one, you are going to have Zen Moment here and Bewildering Burst once again. And then you can pair it with Onslaught or Rampage or All-Star. So as for the role I would recommend, I think it's going to be this third one right here, because similar to the last one we just looked at, you do have Zen Moment and Bewildering Burst, which I actually think is pretty good and very underrated, plus all 3 damage increasing perks, right? Like you could go Zen plus Rampage to use it in PvP, or Bewildering plus any of those things for a more PvE centered role. And then you just have better weapon perks, like you have Hammer Forged or Full Bore for that big increase to range if you are using it in PvP, and then you have extended mag perks for PvE, right? Like you kind of want 2 range increasing perks for PvP, but overall this is a decent role. I don't think it's necessarily the absolute god role, but it's the one I would personally pick up. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there's something weirdly missing from this week that I really expected, and it involves Marathon. Of course, Marathon, Bungie's next game, we know it's launching on March 5th, but the server slam is this week. It starts on Thursday. So I really expected to open the Eververse store and see the kind of like secret Marathon armor sets that are coming to Destiny 2. Well, not that secret. You can take a look at them for yourself. As you can see right here, if you open up your inventory screen, you go to collections, then you go to armor, scroll down to universal ornaments, and then go all the way over to the right, and then one more to the left, and you can see each class has its own Marathon themed set. So we have the Pattern Breaker ornament set for the Warlock. You can see I'm going to go through all of the different ornaments on screen right now. And then we're going to take a look at the other 2 sets for the Titan and then finally the Hunter. So I'm going to let that play in the background. Again, you can view it in game right now. But yeah, I kind of expected these to be coming out this week. I don't know whether it's going to be paid or for free. I hope it's for free, but I guess now it's more likely they're going to come out next week on the official launch week of Marathon. Even again, awkwardly, like people are going to be playing, tons of people are going to be playing Marathon, you know, this weekend for the free weekend server slam. Guys, that is it for the video, and again, massively disappointing at a time when Destiny 2 was at its lowest. We get this huge downtime, and I get, yeah, okay, they're doing technical things, whatever, but to then launch with no portal event modifier, like why? Why not just do something? Throw us a bone for, again, the few of us left. Anyways, guys, again, that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickKakis. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.